This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Several homeless after deadly fire in Westmoreland. A 56-year-old man died in an early morning fire in Harmony Town, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. The blaze also destroyed several houses. Residents say the deceased was slow in seeking to escape because his movement has been affected by a stroke he suffered a few years ago. A male resident said he tried to save him, but the flames were too much for him.
When I rush out flames on this house here, I try to out it. The more water I show, the more flames come up. So I couldn't save lands at all because they already died.
He also said that the grill to the deceased man's house was locked, preventing him from accessing the premises.
And the grill was on the door here, with a big padlock on it, so it never cannot open.
He further revealed that one of his hands was injured in his attempt to render assistance to the elderly man.
My hand there, but I tried to save him. Cannot save him.
An appeal has been made for assistance for those displaced by the fire.
I just want to express my heartfelt condolences to the family of Lance, who lost his life last night in this fire in Harmony Town. It is indeed a sad situation, and all the other persons who have experienced, burning out of their homes. I'm appealing to anyone who can assist. I will be on board to assist, so if there's anyone that can assist them, please get in touch with me.
Vehicle cut in two on Toll Highway, but occupants survived the crash. Members of the public were left baffled after the occupants of a Honda van narrowly escaped death after the vehicle he was driving crashed and was cut in two on the Edward Seaga Highway on Saturday. Onlookers claimed that the vehicle slammed into a utility pole. Apart from the two main parts that the vehicle was reduced to, there were bits and pieces of the wreckage spread all around. Based on early feedback, the occupants survived the crash. Even firefighters who were on the scene could be heard marveling at the development. District Constables slapped with ganja charge. 2 district constables have been arrested and charged following the seizure of 2.3 pounds of ganja during a joint operation by police personnel from the Narcotics Division and the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch at the Horizon Park Remand Center in Kingston on Saturday, July 24. The men have been identified as 29-year-old Lafiama Rowe of Longson Road, Vineyard Town, Kingston 3, and 44-year-old Kiva Henry of Wavell Avenue, Kingston. The Narcotics Police report that during the operation, which began about 9 a.m., Rowe and Henry were accosted, searched, and the ganja found on their person. The team also seized other contraband items, including 3 cellular phones and 2 cellular phone chargers during the operation. Both district constables were charged with illegal possession of ganja. Their court dates are to be finalized. Alert activated for 16-year-old girl gone missing in Portmore. An Ananda alert has been activated for 16-year-old Althalia Lanchester of Portmore, St. Catherine, who has been missing since Friday, July 23. She is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 170 centimeters or 5 feet 7 inches tall. Reports from the Bridgeport police are that Althalia was last seen at home. Her mode of dress at the time she went missing is unknown. Efforts to contact her since then has been unsuccessful. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Althalia Lanchester is being asked to contact the Bridgeport police at 876-988-2697, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Third person dies from gun attack off Red Hills Road. The police are confirming that another person who was shot and injured in a drive-by attack on Park Lane off Red Hills Road in St. Andrew on Saturday night has succumbed to his injuries. This brings to 3 the number of persons who have died following the attack that took place at approximately 7:15 p.m. 4 other persons were injured in the attack. The deceased have been identified as Rashawn White, Kamoni White, and Alex Henry, ages 27, 28, and 29, in that respective order. Reports from police sources are that a group of persons were sitting at a bar when gunmen carried out a drive-by attack. After the gunmen left the scene, 7 persons were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where 2 were initially pronounced dead and the third succumbed sometime after. Health sector still grappling with staff shortage. The Ministry of Health continues to face a staff shortage as it braces for surge in COVID-19 cases following the relaxation of measures. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Besesa McKenzie says health facilities should take into account the patient-to-staff ratio in their pre-planning. We do know that we have challenges, especially where our nurses are concerned, and especially in activating those high dependency and critical care beds where you do require a high ratio of staff to patient, the CMO pointed out. Dr. Besesa McKenzie said the human resource challenge is further compounded by inadequate vaccination take-up by health workers. I want to just encourage all our healthcare workers who have not been vaccinated that they need to ensure that they are vaccinated because we have to keep the health system up in order for us to be able to respond appropriately, she urged. Education Ministry opposed to transfer charges. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is against the idea of secondary schools requesting fees to process transfers for students. The ministry would like to make it clear that there should be no charge for transfer, it said in an email response to the news. A number of parents have been trying to get their children into name-brand secondary schools following the official release of Primary Exit Profile (PEP) results recently. Reports indicate that parents are paying some schools between $2,000 and $3,000 for copies of the application forms, well aware that their child stands only a slim chance of being accepted. The ministry said that while it is not aware of any rush for transfers this year, it does not facilitate the general transfer of students. However, it said it will only assist in cases of proximity where a student may have been placed at a school in which would require traveling long distances from home to school. The PEP exam results were announced by Education Minister Favour Williams. A total of 31,479 or 84.44% of students who sat PEP exam were placed in one of their preferred schools. Williams said that in addition to the students who were placed in one of the schools, they selected a further 4,315 or 11.58% who were placed in secondary schools that are in proximity to the schools they currently attend. She also said a further 2.09% or 778 students were placed manually in secondary schools in proximity to the address they submitted at registration. Shoe vendor faces a $2 million fine for trademark breach. A vendor who operates in downtown Kingston pleaded guilty to 2 counts of unlawful use of trademark when he appeared before Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague yesterday. George Webb was found displaying more than 400 pairs of sneakers with labels Balenciaga and Nike without the permission of the proprietors. The court heard that he was found with 100 pairs of Balenciaga sneakers, 316 pairs of Nike slippers, and 19 pairs of Nike sneakers. Webb shared with the judge that he has been selling in downtown Kingston for the last 4 years and he would usually purchase goods from another vendor for resale. Cole Montague said she would postpone sentencing for a further date to allow Webb to accumulate money to pay the fine. Webb faces a fine of up to $1 million or 12 months imprisonment for each count of the offense under the Trademark Act. Webb is expected to return to court on October 15. 156 new COVID-19 cases, 3 more fatalities. 3 more COVID-19 deaths have been recorded in Jamaica, increasing the tally to 1,176. The deceased are a 30-year-old man from St. Anne, an 84-year-old woman from St. Catherine, and a 69-year-old man from St. Catherine. Meanwhile, there were 156 new cases, with ages ranging from 1 day to 90 years, pushing the total to 51,984, with 3,609 being active. Of the new cases, 66 are men and 90 are women. Westmoreland accounts for the majority of the new infections, with 34 cases being recorded, followed by Kingston and St. Andrew with 28, and then St. Elizabeth with 18. A total of 1,423 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 18.6%. In the meantime, there were 25 more recoveries, increasing the total to 46,843. Some 134 persons are in hospital, with 38 being moderately ill and 16 critically ill. 13 persons are in government quarantine, while 44,566 are at home. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.